Picture this, you're on a first date. You laugh at jokes you don't find funny. You pretend to love sushi even though you hate it. You nod along to music you've never heard of. Sound familiar? We've all been there, trying to be someone we're not just to win someone's approval. But what happens when that first date turns into a relationship, and you're still playing that role? It's like being trapped in a costume you can't take off. In this video, we're going to explore why we do this and uncover some surprising truths about authenticity in relationships. Get ready for a journey that might just change the way you think about love and being true to yourself. Imagine you're trying to deliver the perfect love monologue, but the audience keeps changing the script. One minute they want romance, the next they're demanding comedy. It's exhausting, right? Well, that's what it feels like when we're constantly performing in our relationships instead of living them authentically. Think about it. How often do you find yourself carefully curating your social media posts about your relationship? Maybe you're sharing that picture-perfect date night, but conveniently leaving out the argument you had right before. While we're busy trying to meet everyone else's expectations, we're missing out on genuine connection. We're so focused on playing the part of the perfect partner that we forget to be ourselves. Let me share an example. I had a friend who was constantly posting about her relationship on social media. Every day, there was a new photo, a loving caption, #LoveForever. From the outside, it looked perfect. But when we talked privately, she admitted she was exhausted. She felt like she had to keep up this image of the perfect couple, even when things weren't so rosy behind the scenes. This constant performance drains the joy from love. It turns something that should be natural and fulfilling into a source of anxiety and exhaustion. Instead of experiencing the ups and downs of a real relationship, we end up with a sanitized version that looks good on the outside but feels hollow on the inside. Think about the last time you felt truly relaxed with your partner. Maybe you were in your pajamas, hair a mess, laughing at some silly inside joke. Those unscripted moments, that's where the real magic happens. That's where we build true intimacy and connection. What if you could show up in your relationship exactly as you are, without trying to fit into someone else's idea of the perfect partner? It's like slipping into your favorite well-worn jeans. They might not look impressive, but they feel like home. When you're real with your partner, you're essentially saying, "This is me, all of me, and I trust you with my true self." That level of vulnerability creates a deep connection that performance and pretense just can't match. So how do we start embracing this authenticity? It begins with self-reflection. Each day, take a few minutes to check in with yourself. Ask, what do I really feel? What do I truly want? This practice helps you get clear on your own thoughts and feelings, making it easier to express them honestly to your partner. You might worry that being totally authentic will push people away. We've been conditioned to believe that we need to present our best, most polished selves to be lovable. But when you're real, you create a space where both you and your partner can be vulnerable. That's where true intimacy blossoms. To practice being unapologetically you, try these steps. First, identify one thought or feeling you've been holding back. Next, find a quiet moment to share it with your partner. Start with, "I've been wanting to tell you." Finally, listen to their response without judgment. Remember, it's not about getting approval. It's about opening up honest communication. When you feel the urge to justify your actions or feelings, pause. Take a deep breath. Ask yourself, do I really need to explain this? Or am I just seeking approval? Often, you'll find that the explanation isn't necessary. You're allowed to have your own thoughts, feelings, and choices without needing anyone else's stamp of approval. Remember, building confidence in your choices can significantly reduce the urge to seek external validation. It might feel uncomfortable at first, like you're breaking an unspoken rule, but stick with it. With practice, you'll find a new sense of freedom in your relationships. You don't owe anyone an explanation for being yourself. Embrace that truth, and watch how it transforms your connections with others. As you explore those feelings, you might stumble upon an unexpected truth. Remember that perfect couple you've always envied? What if their relationship is actually the most fragile? It's time to uncover the surprising strength hidden in life's messes and how it could transform your love life. We often imagine that the happiest couples are those who never argue, always agree, and seem to float through life on a cloud of bliss. But what if I told you that these perfect relationships are often the most fragile? Real love isn't about perfection. It's about embracing the messy, complicated, beautiful reality of two imperfect people choosing each other every day. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly close to your partner? Chances are it wasn't during a carefully planned date or a moment of harmony. More likely, it was during a time of vulnerability, Maybe when you were struggling and they supported you, or when you had a disagreement and found a way through it together. These are the moments that build real intimacy. I once knew a couple, Tom and Lisa, who seemed to have it all figured out. They never disagreed in front of others, and their life looked picture perfect from the outside. But privately, they felt disconnected and lonely. It wasn't until Tom lost his job and Lisa's health took a turn that they truly connected. Facing these challenges together, they discovered a strength in their relationship they never knew existed. Now Tom and Lisa cherish the imperfect moments. They've learned to laugh at their mistakes, support each other through tough times, and appreciate the unique qualities that once drove them crazy. They've discovered that these flaws are what make their partner truly special and irreplaceable. This isn't just a heartwarming anecdote. Research shows that couples who face difficulties together often develop stronger, more resilient relationships. It's like building emotional muscle. Each challenge you overcome as a team strengthens your bond and deepens your connection. So how can we embrace this messy love in our own lives? Start by changing your perspective. Instead of aiming for a flawless relationship, strive for one that's authentically yours. Celebrate the quirks, the disagreements, the misunderstandings. They're all part of your unique love story. Here's something to try. Next time something goes wrong in your relationship, maybe you have a misunderstanding or one of you makes a mistake, take a moment before reacting. Ask yourself, how can this bring us closer? It might be a chance to practice patience, to learn something new about each other, or to find a creative solution together. Love isn't about justifying yourself or your feelings. It's about celebrating who you are, quirks and all, and it's about celebrating your partner, just as they are. No explanations needed, no apologies necessary. For the next week, I challenge you to resist the urge to explain or justify your feelings in your relationship. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but stick with it. Notice how it feels to simply be, without constantly seeking approval. To learn how love and ego is affecting your relationships, watch this video here. Better mind, better spirit.